Danganronpa. Danganronpa.
Hello. The time for investigating is winding down. The bookshelf might take some time to investigate, so you should try examining some other areas first. Probably about the file on the bookshelf also read at last for dramatic tension. Fancy looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Could this be? Yeah, this is one of these box. A treasure box! Chiaki, you know about this.
Yep.
It's really cute. Oh, she's just reacting. This looks like one of these stolen treasure box. If this is here, that means the thief Monami was talking about is Nagito. Well, why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside.
Hold it.
It's gonna be okay, it's a little dangerous. Might be, let's give you some kind of clue, you know. This wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monami in the first place. Going back towards the treasure box and cautiously open the lid. Said there's a notebook. This is it? Why is a notebook inside this treasure box like it's something important? The notebook out of the treasure box being living through it. It contains sloppy drawings as they're drawn by children and entries that look like chicken scratch. Day 1. I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2. Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. What is this, a diary? Looks like it. Did Monami write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. Kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, day 4, day 5, page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook. I don't really understand, but looks like there aren't any clues here. Right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on an entry titled Day 16. Day 16. We've been in the fun house for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final bedroom today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him? Huh?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? It's nothing. I stopped and looked at my notebook. Wait. Hajime went in the final bedroom? But I didn't. Nagito did. And Gundam did. So, why would it say Hajime? Okay. So that means either Gundam or Nagito or a third person who we don't know that entered the final dead room. Wait, no, I did enter the... I tried to, but Chiaki stopped me. Okay, that's right. Whoa. From out of nowhere, Monami suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hand. Well, no, they didn't... Yeah, they did wipe my memories. Yeah, beforehand. I just thought maybe, like, there was some weird stuff going on. But no, I did try to go in the final dead room, and Chiaki stopped me. I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. She's that was close. If I'd communicated, he would have seen the inside of the notebook. Unfortunately, you were a little too late. But if this notebook is here, then Nagito was the thief. Betrayal. I was betrayed by my beloved student.
Hey.
Hey, that notebook, it's pretty much your diary, right? Diary. It seems that way. That's right, this is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written. Hey, you're a liar. You always show up out of nowhere. Wanting me to suck about lie, you know? Lie? There's no way you wrote in that notebook. My friend Monami can't even write. Huh? What are you saying? Geez, I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B. No, you can't, because you have no fingers on your hands. See, bullseye, I know because I'm the same way too. Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you? So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me.
What are you saying?
There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. Looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? You said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, who wrote in it? Well, you know, it's, how should I put it?
Bye-bye.
Excuse me. Hold on. Damn it, she totally ran away again.
Yep.
Same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time to try to get answers from him. But still, I really wanted to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it would be better that I didn't ask her. While the books are arranged here, the Nagito bring these in the library. She the books, there's a bunch of random crap stuffed onto the shelf. Might take a lot of time for Satori to go through that stuff.
Hey.
Let's just leave it for later. I agree. There's a refrigerator.
Huh?
Well, nice. My cottage doesn't even have a refrigerator. Wonder where he got it from. Nagito probably supplied it himself. Why would he go to the trouble putting a refrigerator in his room? Did he really enjoy cold drinks? Taco Chiaki opened the refrigerator out of curiosity. There really isn't much inside. The only thing inside the refrigerator is a brown bottle. If someone likes cold drinks, it doesn't look like he stopped very much. That bottle clearly isn't a drink, right? It really looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me. Protein powder, maybe. I took that brown bottle out of the fridge and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death. Hey, this is...
Could it be?
Looks like it's poison. Poison. Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it in more detail. Be careful of that bottle. Don't drop it. Stop it. If you worry like that, I'm gonna get nervous. Get the ball by trembling hand and began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Its volatility is low. This liquid is very dangerous and vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight. Did he put that in the fire grenades? It sure looks like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. The refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. Where did Nagito get something like this?
Well?
That question could apply to the bomb he used at the hotel too. Apply to the bomb.
See?
Should be a reason Nagito's able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon inside the front house. The poison, he must have brought it with him from there too, right?
Perhaps.
He's probably hiding them somewhere in his body during the last class trial. He was hiding a bomb and a poison during the class trial. Jeez, how dangerous. What would you have done if you accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me.
Hey.
Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. But what about this poison? Huh?
See?
Looks like the bottle's less than half empty. It's like it's the beginning. And Nagito use it. So where did he use it? I wonder if it's still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet. Another trap. For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using this poison before he died. If that actually existed, it'd be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on this island. Everyone on the island. What the hell? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Still trying to make us suffer even after you've died? Bed that comes with the cottages, looks like the living room, but...
Hey.
He's sitting hidden under his bed. It's the usual place for hiding things. Yeah, like porn. We should just check in case. No expectations without thinking. You peek under the bed and something here. Plastic bag from the supermarket. Looks like there's something inside. What is this? Looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. These look like the real deal. You get these in a military base. Gas mask and rubber gloves. He's hiding these under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for?
Hajime.
Is there anything else under the bed? Let's see. Again, the bed also gets started looking around the area where we found the supermarket bag and there's a small piece of paper on the floor. Is it blue aluminum? Rampant piece of aluminum, huh? It feels like over jars of unopened mayonnaise. I get what you're saying, but does it mean this is just a piece of trash?
Wait.
Who knows? It might be too soon to decide that. It's like a yogurt lid. This guy's just in the cottage, let's make the window. Time for this is running down. Is that everything? I'm gonna look at the bookshelf now. There's sense the items are also random, you can't make any sense out of them whatsoever.
Well?
Say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. Who they know. I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this. What should we do? It'd be really difficult to look through all these piles. Maybe you should ignore it though.
Yep.
I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be private stuff there. That might be true, but...
See?
So I'll leave the shelf to you. I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. I sat and walked towards the shelf. One by one started reading the various books and items and examining each one. And as I examined them carefully, there was so much of random books and items. No way they're any clues here. Oh god. The file wasn't the one I retrieved. Yep, here we go. Hope's Peak file. Okay, Nagito said this only contained information about me, but is that really true? If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? He said I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies, too. When the file I held in my hand to confirm that, I instantly realized something was strange. This really only has my information, and why is this file so thick? As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me, just as I thought Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there's information about the others, Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, and Sonia. And everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. I can't believe you'd make up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie too. Turning the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, my height and weight, and so forth. But there was one thing that specifically caught my eye. It was Reserve Corps student. There was no denying it. He confirmed that it truly was a Reserve Corps student for the Reserve Department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why am I the only one who is in the Reserve Department? Why am I here with all the other Ultimates?
Hey, hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Hello. A strange file. Isn't that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final bedroom? If I recall, your student profile should be in there. So just my profile. Profiles everyone on this island are in here too. Nagito is lying.
Huh?
When you say everyone, do you mean everyone? Yeah, it's just basic information, but there should be profiles for all 16 of us. Can I take a look at that file? Chiaki leaned against me and peered into the file.
You're right.
My profile is
My
really...
profile is really in here, but unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details.
Details?
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
Makes sense.
Then it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
Hold on.
Huh?
What happened? Just noticed right now that... Is there a 17th?
The file. His name isn't in there, right?
Whose?
There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing, right?
Who are you talking about?
Nagito?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togami.
He's the traitor!
Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
No way!
So what if the name isn't written in that file? Perhaps based on that you think he might be the traitor. No, it's not just because his name isn't written in here. That's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. He participated in the killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious. It pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life is totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason.
You're getting all
How should we put
riled
this?
up.
You guys have been getting all worked up about that Byakuya for no reason. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist. Is he the imposter? You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. What do you mean?
What the
You don't have to ask me that. You know the answer just by looking through those profiles, right? Huh? Let's turn back to the file. Remember, we'll start flipping through the pages and confirming the names. Yes! And so many came across the page that's filled with question marks. And every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. And that page is only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate imposter. That's that Byakuya's true identity. Okay, Byakuya was fake. It was a fake Byakuya. True identity. He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny Byakuya Togami. Oh, this just got good. This just got really good. A fake.
Hey!
The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. Oh my god, we're Metal Gear now. He's Decoy Octopus. Oh my god. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. Hoo hoo hoo, though I'm not jealous of that at all. Why is he fat? That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami. Is that why he's so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life?
So
Hoo hoo hoo,
cool.
his physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. And he was lying to us the whole time.
But still.
He couldn't help it. What? Why couldn't he help it?
Oh.
Because that was his talent. Huh? Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you attain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent. Regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a little more liberating. What the hell?
Anyway,
I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with.
that's right.
So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth. Then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn, for a long time my life has been a living hell. Based on the context, if I had to guess,
No,
maybe he was just
no.
complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, he never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already. So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss.
Phew.
Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monami or the traitor. Okay, so he's not the traitor. He's innocent. Who is it? Who's the traitor? So looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that?
Of course.
Obviously you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out.
Could it be?
So it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it.
Hey.
The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy. You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in here.
Correct.
It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right?
Hey, hey.
We can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito, right? But probably. Holy shit, this just got crazy. Dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue.
Are you
Is that a wise
sure
decision?
about
Time's up,
this?
you know. Time's up, wait. Excuse me for a moment. That chime just now.
What is most important for living things? Well, personally, I think time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right? That's why we gotta cherish time. There is nothing more wasteful. Then so, time's up. We will begin the last class trial. So please gather at Monokuma Rock. I'll see you soon.
The last class trial. He said that, right? He said last class trial.
Yep.
I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe him? Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days. They said something about the killing school trip ending, right? Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one.
But still...
I can't imagine that it's the real end. Huh? I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that. His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once.
Well?
But still, it's also not a good idea to think about it too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first. You're right. A class trial for Nagito's murder. We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nagito.
But still...
Well, you don't have to worry so much. Huh?
Right?
I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know? You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. Oh my god. Here we fucking go. Monokuma Rock is this way.
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
Is this it? Should there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it. You're making me depressed. You're making me depressed. So it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict we must doubt our friends. But once we're through with this, we can go back, right?
That's right.
That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial.
Damn it.
We've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course
How
not.
can't you believe it? The guy's making us do all this is one saying it, you know?
You know,
That's why I'll
right?
definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial,
That's right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is no matter what, even if I had to pull out all the stops. What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island? Thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us.
I'll beat you
Damn
up.
right, stupid rabbit should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I finally realized after losing my powers. I realized that cursing your powerlessness on your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it, in order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. That's exactly what Chihiro said. So I will fight.
Huh?
What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
But her eyes, she looks so determined.
You...
How can you tell just by looking at those button eyes? You know, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It would be annoying if you started talking during the trial. Is Monomi alter ego?
Huh.
Fine.
But still...
Somehow I understand what Monomi is saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going to the last class trial.
Yep.
You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock.
Yeah.
The elevator ride, this will be the last time for this too, right? I hope so.
Well,
Story about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, you must focus on the class trial before us.
Damn it.
The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is gonna go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito is problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we are completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survived need to stand and fight. You must fight. And then the door slowly opened. This bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? Whoa.
Well now.
Now that the chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the
Oh
hell
wait, there
up.
are 6 left? No, just fucking start this already.
Hey!
This is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm, make sure you give it your all.
Alright.
Didn't I tell you? He said it, this is the end.
Now then.
Let's get this trial started.
Viva
This is the last class trial.
killing!
Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. Yeah, I miscounted. There are 6. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. The curtain is about to rise. Fuck. Nagito Kameda, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that it was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. There are also times he saved us, too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but... there's no way we can end this without knowing. Be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. If Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial building with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. Oh my fucking god, here we go. Oh my god. Wow, so I legitimately went perfect on truth bullets, or not truth bullets, report cards, because I have 1 in every one, but then 6 in the ones I did, so that was really, really lucky. Okay, I really can't even get more skills, so I can't have this at the same time. So I maxed out. Here we fucking go.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Because you are a rabbit.
Chesto! One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow! It's useless.
feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monomi. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
Traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito. Is he alright? Are they the same person? Or... Wow, we're already at the crazy music.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
Her torture Nagito did not know that bomb was fake. That means I'm not a suspect.
Damn it!
No, I'm trying to agree with her.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
The killer did... I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Right?
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torture? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence.
I agree with me, really need to back up with effort for this coincidence I found a bomb of serious. Can I
The killer
prove that?
didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling...
No, his mouth was closed. They couldn't get information out of him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he. What were they trying to find out by torture? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
They couldn't have found out because his mouth was shut.
Damn it!
How can I prove that?
The killer didn't take... I'm telling you, they were...
The reason Nagito's.
It's because the killer...
So that's why he was. What were they trying to find out by? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, this is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
They tortured Nagito because he tortured in the first place.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to... I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was
They're
covered
not
with.
making
Because
this
the
easy.
killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so,
The suspect is whoever found the bomb first!
Damn it! The killer didn't take Nagito's... I'm telling you, they were torturing...
The reason Nagito's body was cut.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat.
What were they trying to? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
If so, is whoever found the bomb first!
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
I duct tape that statement.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body.
It's because the killer...
So that's why. What were they trying to? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
If so, is whoever found the bomb first!
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence.
This should be able to prove it. Because he couldn't have found out if there
Killer
was
didn't
no...
take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with.
It's because the killer tortured...
No, that's wrong.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape,
Right.
so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Oh my god, eat a dick, Kazuichi.
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap. Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
What? But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer
Right.
anything?
Pay attention. This is how at first the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him... Damn it! Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped, you obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down! But if you tape his mouth... How is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it... First, the killer tortured and got information about... Then, after they killed him... Crap! Pay attention. This is how it... First, the killer tortured not and got information about the... Then, after they killed him...
Man, I wish I could look at the evidence.
Damn it! Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
This is not the lighter. It's not the torture wounds.
I can't back down! But if you... How is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's...
So it's after he killed him.
Then, after they killed him...
Allow me to cut through those words! No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
You in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
I think they're really confusing torture and interrogation here.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
You can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
And
Some kind of setup?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
it's for the fire, huh? They're right, we need to clear that up first.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door cog.
I agree with that. I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure! A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not wind pressure. They'd probably use the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Then they fucking spell dominoes.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma
Yeah.
panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second, and from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
I see! You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Clatter, clatter, clatter. What opening?
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door,
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
but the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a
Yeah,
problem?
how'd they set it up?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
There's an entrance to their house. Contract has changed. Okay, yeah.
I see! If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Huh?
You don't mean...
Nagito. That's true. It's murder.
Hajime? What do you mean?
Who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse? One person who could have done that.
This is my answer! What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
Impossible.
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Right. It seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but... Tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the leg, tying both arms would...
You couldn't do much with... It'd be impossible!
How about if you use... Or if you use your...
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie up your own arms...
No, that's wrong. Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
I see!
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, the sleeve wasn't burned at all. Don't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
Ah, that much is obvious. Hajime, you tricked me. Give me back that Benjamin.
And she tried to charge me, now she wants the money back. What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Way to stab yourself in the right hand using only your right hand. So here, there's definitely an answer for this. Gravity?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If you threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
It's wrong?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
if you threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Yeah.
It's wrong?
Like up on the girder.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right...
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it? Propped it onto what? If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand. Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife in... and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife.
I agree with that. The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
There's gotta be a bait and switch going on here.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand, while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monome's sassing me.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
It's on a goddamn rope.
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
It was on a goddamn rope.
What kind of way?
By hanging it from a goddamn
I
rope.
don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
It's hanging from a goddamn
Everyone
rope.
working together.
These several ordeals up till now, I've been doing that. And even now,
Alright, let's do this.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail. I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
The blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
How did Nagito's... Let's work together. When the spear stuck, his right hand was...
He was only able to... But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange?
He's holding on to a
He only had
goddamn
blood
rope.
on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain. But it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
I see.
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear!
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
Gravity.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
I see.
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
He was gripping the cord, sniffing the butt of the spear with his left hand. From there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear? It's the
It
goddamn
seems we
girder.
are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time? What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Facing up, so he's stabbed through his stomach. Just before that. So could it be like the Naruto's holding to the cord attachment? Because you gotta think about it, should be able to figure out where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. It's hanging from the goddamn rope. Man.
It's all coming together! The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he'd probably use the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
It's too simple.
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth, too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy! Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
That's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
I sort of feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. We underestimate his capacity for malice. Mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I've forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other, and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
That should be okay, right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's probably just my imagination.
I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. Don't think it's a mistake to say that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You're right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer?
Ooh, oh no.
Understood.
No.
Then voting time.
No! Hold on a sec.
Thank you.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more.
Thank you.
I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Fifth case is a trap.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death.
The diary.
Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
With Nagito's death.
crap! Crap!
What is it?
Crap!
Crap.
I see! Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
Oh my god. What the crap?
This is my... We will never give up!
god.
Got it! In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
The spear wasn't fatal. It was the gas poison.
Well, Monokuma, I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You were right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
All your hopes were united, no despair can shake you, huh? And to think about it, Nagito said the same thing. Absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he's yearning for that. And the situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. Probably overthinking.
No!
My heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was going to start, but if we think about it rationally, there's no way it's going to happen. You haven't done this bit yet. So the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? How much longer are you playing to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So Monami and I are the bestest of best friends. Let's say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough, why do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all, not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Distressing your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? We're not even friends in the first place. As your older brother, let me say this. Not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. It's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. maybe some demands for that. I fell for it. I totally took the man bait.
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say.
Oh my god. And Kiara fell asleep. Okay, cool. I'll finish the game tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, probably Wednesday.